Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida. This is the sport fishing capital of the world, and this morning I'm with Captain Mike Berry. We're heading out into the Gulf Stream to try our hand at some excellent fishing. What's this area like, Mike?
Well, I've been blessed to be a South Florida native here. Been here my whole life, grew up here in Singer Island and Palm Beach, and been very blessed to fish these waters since I was a little peanut. One of the beautiful things about fishing out of the Palm Beach and Jupiter inlets is the Gulf Stream comes the closest to the United States, right here off of our waters. And that Gulf Stream current, that warm body of water that the pelagic fish move through, comes the closest to approach here on our coast. So it's very, very nice. We're very blessed to be able to go a mile offshore and fish, and not a lot of people can say that up the eastern coast, that they fish a mile offshore. So once again, location's everything.
Yeah, well, it sounds awesome. Thanks so much for taking us out this morning.
My pleasure.
Let's go fishing. There he comes up. Woo, look at that. Pretty fish.
We got a big one, boys!
I don't think it gets any better than this.
I just cannot believe how many fish there are here.
This is why you come here. This is why we do what we do. Off of Palm Beach, bro. This is the kind of Jurassic Park stuff that lives out here. Woo! We did it, brother. Nice one.
It blows me away the fishing opportunities that we have in and around Palm Beach County.
Some of the best game fishing that you can have in the entire world. One of the fastest fish in the ocean, sailfish offer up a spirited aerial fight that makes them a favorite amongst anglers. Sailfish are members of the billfish family and are found throughout the warmer waters of the world's oceans, usually preferring water temperatures between 70 and 83 degrees. Sailfish grow exceptionally fast, typically reaching 3 to 4 feet in their first year. They are commonly blue or grey in color, with a light, almost white underbelly and vertical grey bars along the side. When lit up, they will show an array of colors from tones of gold, bright purple, iridescent blue and silver. They are aptly named for the enormous sail-like dorsal fin, which is typically folded down when swimming, but raised when the fish feels threatened or used when herding baitfish into bait balls during group feedings. Traditionally divided into two species, the Pacific sailfish and the Atlantic sailfish, it's now believed that these are actually one species and that there is no significant genetic difference between the two. However, Pacific sailfish are the larger of the two, weighing up to 200 pounds, while the Atlantic sailfish are much smaller and rarely exceed 100 pounds. Many angling techniques can be used when fishing for sails. Kite fishing is popular in the South Florida region, while trolling or pitching baits to cruising fish is effective in many parts of the world. Guatemala, Costa Rica, Mexico, and right here in the Palm Beaches are prime locations for this exciting species. Since sailfish feed primarily on baitfish or squid, live bait works best, followed by lures that mimic squid or baitfish when trolled. While sailfish do not fight as hard as their billfish brethren such as marlin and swordfish, they are tremendous fun on lighter tackle. The majority of sailfish are released, and their populations throughout their range are in excellent shape. It's not uncommon to have multiple hookups per day, with totals well into the double digits. Sailfish are most often found near the ocean surface, usually feeding on schools of smaller fish like sardines and anchovies, which they often shepherd with their sails, making them easy prey. Sailfish usually attack one at a time, and their bills inflict injuries on their prey fish, and then they pick up the injured fish and feed on them. If you're looking to tangle with a sailfish, the Palm Beaches is the right place to get tight. Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida. And by Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler company. And by Pelagic high-performance offshore gear.
You know, we look for these marine birds to show us where the fish are. They see things that we don't see, so they're dropping down on the surface over here, whether it's flying fish or whatever. Something's getting pushed up, and the birds are hitting it as it comes up on the surface.
So what species do we have there, Mike?
Those look like seagulls. See, he whips out the, what kind are they card on me? I don't know, they got feathers, they're flapping their wings.
One thing about Captain Mike Barry, he knows his birds.
Yes, sir.
Seagulls.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, look at that. It's quite amazing the relationship between fishermen, especially fishermen that know the ocean well, and birds, because it's a very close relationship. You're always looking for birds, diving birds. Like right now today, we've just got a really nice flock of laughing gulls and royal terns working together on a whole pod of bait fish over here. So that's a really good sign. We'll head over there and try and pull the lures through there and see if anything happens. But also, I mean, the times out here, we're always looking for frigates, right, Mike? We're always looking for frigates. That's a good sign, right?
Frigate is the eye in the sky. He can see, and whenever you see a frigate, everybody on the boat always gets excited, especially here in South Florida, because we don't see them a lot. And when we do, they're generally on top of something. So you see the frigate, you go into game mode and get ready to catch something.
The reason why the frigate, magnificent frigates that we get here are such incredible fishing birds is because they don't actually fish for fish themselves. So they're not going out there diving like the terns are and actually diving right down like gannets and grabbing fish themselves. They rely entirely on game fish and dolphins and other marine mammals that are feeding on bait fish, because they only pick up the scraps. So they have to eat a fish that has already been eaten by another fish, and that's why they're a sure indicator that there are predatory fish out there when they're looking and circling like that in the sky. So we've got this sargassum weed line that runs on either side of the Gulf Stream, and that's where a lot of these fish breed, and the baby fish in turn will attract all the seabirds. So you've got a lot of great sea life out here. Baby turtles will grow up in that sargassum weed line as well, and so it's wonderful to take a boat trip out here, do a bit of fishing, and then come and do some excellent pelagic birding as well. Got a sailfish here. Ooh, look at that. Man, this is Palm Beach right here. Sailfish capital of the world for sure. We just had a whole lot of frigates just circling, probably following these sailfish. And boom, right there we're on.
South Florida fishing at its finest.
There he comes up. Woo, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah. Look at the colors, he's all electric blue. So if we're lucky enough to get this fish close to the boat, we're gonna put a tag in him from Grey Fish Tag Research. They're doing really important work on the conservation of billfish and all species of fish, in fact, around Florida and around the world. And tagging them is just a great way for us to, you know, monitor what's going on with fish populations here in South Florida.
James is doing a great job with this Atlantic sailfish. 1.5 miles off the coast of Palm Beach, 5 minutes of fishing, and we got a sailfish on.
Oh yeah.
Here's our tag in our fish. He's feeling good. James put the boat in gear for us.
Sure.
And we're gonna revive this fish a little bit. Nice and easy, just in gear. He's biting my hand. Beautiful sailfish. There you go, perfect. We're gonna go into gear. We're gonna let a little water across his gill plates here. He had a long fight, James fought him well, and we're gonna let this guy go. Make him feel better, help him to swim before he's too tired, help him to get some current. We're putting the boat in gear to get some, oh, he's feeling real good now. And there he
look
goes.
at those colors. Wow,
And there
beautiful.
he goes, swimming away.
Well, I tell you something, the Palm Beach is not just about the birding, it's not just about the wildlife, it's not just about the amazing scenery and the picturesque beaches, but it's also about some of the best game fishing that you can have in the entire world.
On this week's hotspot, we're heading to Limestone Creek Natural Area. Limestone Creek Natural Area is on the southwest fork of the Loxahatchee River, and it's just downstream of the spillway for the C-18 canal. So there's a canoe kayak launch at Limestone Creek, and we've done a lot of oxbow restoration there, so you can paddle through there, flip some baits at the shoreline. You're gonna find snook for sure when the water's flowing out of the C-18. You're also gonna get some of those sheep's head coming in, feeding on those barnacles and stuff on the fishing pier pilings. Big jacks cruising through the southwest fork of the Loxahatchee River. Always a really fun time.
Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida. And by Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler company. And by Pelagic High Performance Offshore Gear. Sailfish tournaments in the Palm Beaches generate a huge economy boost and also help organizations raise money for their causes. One of these tournaments is the Blue Water Babes tournament. Blue Water Babes Fish for a Cure is Florida's first and only all-female fishing tournament. It's an event that combines a festive mix of fishing, boat decorating, cocktail and costume contests, and an amazing awards party, all of which raise money for local breast cancer patients.
This tournament is amazing. It brings in so many people and it is so fun. It really incorporates all the elements of fishing and fun and cancer at the same time. It really brings something to my heart because 2 years ago they really helped me when I was fighting ovarian cancer. I just didn't know last year whether I would get to be here this year. So just being able to be here and see all the smiling faces and all of our hard work come together is just so awesome. Every year I feel like we anticipate boats coming and people decorating and it being awesome, but every year I am wowed by what shows up. And it's amazing to me the amount of boats here starting to decorate on Thursday night for a Saturday morning competition. It's unbelievable. It's unlike anything. As a whole, I just couldn't believe the amount of people that have been brought to my life because of it. Today I actually said, I think maybe for the first time, maybe this is why cancer happened to me, because it makes it all make sense.
Fishing in the great outdoors offers kids an alternative to many influences they might encounter in their busy lives today. A single fishing trip could be a turning point in a young life. Fishing is a lifetime sport that will provide many hours of recreation, relaxation, and quality time with family and friends. Take a kid fishing. The rewards are endless.
Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida. And by Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler company. And by Pelagic High Performance Offshore Gear. Palm Beach County's coastal waters are scattered with natural coral formations that form part of the Florida Reef Tract, the only living barrier coral reef in the continental United States and the third largest in the world. These natural reefs can be supplemented with artificial reefs that are most often made out of limestone, concrete, and even old ships. The Palm Beach County Fishing Foundation and the West Palm Beach Fishing Club have recently started the Reef Dart program, an unusual idea and a design that really works.
Today's a big day for the West Palm Beach Fishing Club. Through the club's charitable foundation, the Palm Beach County Fishing Foundation, we are launching our second batch of reef darts. Now, reef darts are a really innovative type of artificial reef structure that utilizes surplus power poles and other surplus materials to make high vertical profile artificial reef modules on the bottom of the ocean floor. These power poles are used and modified in a way that allows them that when they're pushed off the side of the barge, they end up in a vertical orientation, creating a forest of vertical power poles, if you will, underneath the water. Plus, the other conservation benefit to this is that these surplus materials like power poles and old culverts are finding a new life. They're not being added to our local landfills, and they're not costing utility companies or municipalities extra money to grind them up or dispose of them. So we're really on to something pretty cool here, and this is our second go at it. The first go we had a lot of success. We've tweaked the design this year, and we're really looking forward to getting these things in the water. Now, each reef dart weighs 8.5 tons, and most of that mass is here at the base, where the base actually provides the stability of the pole as it's oriented vertically in the water column. Reef darts can be used in a variety of ways. They can be used as breadcrumbs dropped in between two existing artificial reefs so that when divers do drift dives or fishermen are drifting along the edge, they have more reef complexity that they're fishing or diving on along their entire drift. Reef darts can actually enhance existing artificial reefs by adding complexity on the outskirts, the perimeter of an existing artificial reef. Of course, we've designed reef darts to be sunk in a variety of depths, including 400, 500 feet of water where we haven't yet created any artificial reefs off Palm Beach County. One of the main intents of reef darts was to create deep water benthic habitat, high vertical profile habitat in really deep water that provides places for fish like Warsaw grouper, snowy grouper, and red snapper. These are overfished species of fish that need a lot of help. And so by adding additional marine habitat at those depths, we're providing almost a marine refuge for these species, helping them recover. Jim, you've been involved with this concept since we've kind of come up with it. What do you think the environmental benefits will be from a reef dart initiative?
Good gracious, Tom. This is amazing. What you get with this type of structure, with height, you get an aggregation of all types of bait fish. Those fish will attract other fish. We hope it will get the grouper concept going really good, the Warsaws, the Snowies, and the amberjack and that type of thing, and hope to get a spawning area. There's nothing really in this whole location except the muddy bottom when we go to deep water. This is really a trial area right here. The beauty of this is it'll also grow all types of fouling organisms on it. That's really going to be amazing. This trial run is a great experiment, and my hat's off to you for all the effort that you've done in creating this and coming up with the concept and doing something out of the box.
So here's a prototype reef dart module that's scaled to size. It's about 1/10 scale, and you can see that the base of the dart has holes to allow the current to pass through the base as the module sinks through the water column. We're trying to overcome a whole lot of very challenging variables with this project, not the least of which is a 3.5, 4 knot current that we're experiencing today. But also when the reef dart makes impact with the bottom, the impact loading is significant. and we're trying to prevent the pole from snapping at impact by having a very substantial collar. Hopefully all these parts come together so that the reef dart lays in this orientation on the bottom. The key to getting reef darts to be successful is to get the pole so that it ends up in a vertical orientation on the bottom. And therein lies the biggest challenge to reef darts, is modifying the base of the pole so that when the dart makes impact with the bottom, that it lands upright. Hopefully we've got enough mass on the bottom of the dart to get that pole sticking straight up. It's still all highly experimental.